Pip, pip, pip. Pip, pip, pip. Cecil? Have I got a Cecil and a salamander and... What are you doing up there, you little silliness? Huh? Snowball? A snowball? And a salamander? Cecil? Cecil Jekyll. It's Dr. Cecil Jekyll. Are you Dr. Jekyll? Yep. I'm sure Cecil Hyde will be out later. Cecil Jekyll. What's up, Mander Salamander Bird? What's up, Mander Salamander Bird? I would pet you, but I have a phone in one hand and a Cecil Jekyll right there. Good grief. Uh-oh. Look out. Coco's up here. She's taking charge. Yep. Hi, Coco. I know you want me to pet you, but I don't have a free hand. Well, maybe he'll get down here, and then I'll have a free hand to pet you. How's that? Is that what you wanted? You too, I know. It's a sea of cockatoos, and you can't even see the two that are in front of me. There's two over here, too. Yes, I know. Pet the Coco, pet the Coco. I know all about pet the Coco. Oh, and now you're going to get into the act. I've got to, what, go back and forth between two birds. Ah, not you too, Snowball. Don't tell me you want to be petted. I'll run out of room. I'm not sure I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cockatoos. Cecil Jekyll. Oh. He says, what? Coco, don't show the world your tail. Hi, Snowball. Yeah, they're glad to be out here. There's a little bit of a tinge. You can just kind of barely smell a tiny bit of smoke, but... Hello, Parrot Playhouse. It must be April. It doesn't feel like April. It feels more like May, June. I don't know. It's interesting how they name people by, they give women the names of months. April, May, June. They don't call anybody December, though. I wonder why that is. I know you said something, April, but it popped up and disappeared. That's... You always wanted to be called Wednesday? Yeah. What do you say? Now! Well, I actually have the name I wanted. I wasn't born with this name, so... Yeah, there's 2 fires burning. One's about 8 miles northeast of here, and the wind is blowing from the ocean, so we don't have to worry about that. And here, the wind starts at about 2 o'clock blowing from the ocean. It stays like that till the next morning, every day. Never been different. The other one we have is at Camp Pendleton, but they've got that pretty much under control. We have cameras up on Red Mountain that are run by our local ham radio club, and there's very little smoke coming from that direction, so it's like a kind of smoggy day. Not much more than that. You really can't smell it, but there's a little bit of it in the air, I'm sure. Where'd you go? You left me. I wasn't petting you enough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ignore you. I didn't mean to knock you over either. Did I, Salamander? Huh? What's going on with that feather over there? Are you okay? You okay, big boy? The only thing about YouTube, well, it's not the only thing, but if you make a comment when I'm not looking at the phone, it only stays up on the screen about 10 seconds. So if I don't react, it's because I didn't see what you said. I didn't see what you said, April. It popped up. You know, I'm sure when I was looking at salamander, when I looked back, it was fading away. So they need to fix that. I mean, Google's. Oh yeah, they do. You know, the thing with Camp Pendleton is I think back to the first time we went over to war in the, I forget what the name of that campaign was, but it was the first time we went into the Middle East, and they went there in jungle camouflage. You know, so it's sometimes military intelligence just doesn't go together. We get dry, hot weather, and they start shooting their weapons off, and they cause these fires over there. And they do it. I mean, if they had a brain, they wouldn't do that. But there's plenty of days when it's cooler and the humidity's high enough that they can do this stuff. And there isn't a wind. Yeah. I am thinking about calling the base commander just to see if I can get on a list that they can call, because I guess they think those satellites in the sky aren't working or something, because they never publish their fires. It's the ham radio people who see them and report them. So I'd like a heads up when there's a fire. Maybe I can convince the base commander to let us know. So no, that's not their mandate. They aren't concerned about that. I'm sure there's some people in the military who are concerned, but oh, sometimes he gets crazy in his cage and he was beating himself around. He does that sometimes, and he kind of injured that wing a little bit, didn't you, boy? You okay, Salamander? Sal. Sal. Hi, boy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, he plays pretty hard. And, you know, the thing with cages is that if you get your wing trapped while you're flapping around, you can damage your feathers, and that's what he did. Hello, Susie Q. Is that a pip? I think that's a pip. Is that a pip? Yeah, you guys are glad to be out here. You're letting me get away with not petting you. I'm surprised. She's usually not good with that. This Coco girl, she wants to be petted. She wants to be petted. That's why she's up here, but it's hard to pet her with a pip on my hand. There's no room. I'll try putting it out here, but I can't read from that distance. Where's Bobaloo? That's a good question. Where are you, Bob? Oh, Bob's right there. Right, Bob? It's a Bob. It's a peach. Is it a peach? Oh, you gave up on me, huh, Coco? I'm sorry. Bob's on my foot. Coco and Lorelei are preeming. What you doing, Lucy? Oh, let's see, I can run through them. Let's see. Roman still doesn't want to come out. He got out this morning when I had to head out to an appointment. And that's always fun getting him back in his cage, because he'll let you pick him up in the cage, but if he's outside, he doesn't want anybody to pick him up. So that took a while. But he's doing well. His emotional state is still a little screwed up, but that's normal for him. He gets petted every day, comes out every day with me, but he won't come out here right now. I just barely saw that. Something about Bailey. Everybody's doing fairly well. I mean, there's issues all around, but hi, Coco. Coco and Chloe and a couple of other birds are now taking less medicine, so Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're sweet. They got, as long as they're going to be their servant, they can be sweet, right? Nah, they're good girls. Good girls and good boys. Hi, Pip. Babaloo, what are you doing over there, Babaloo? Aloo? Aloo, aloo? Cause, what are you doing chewing on the aviary? What are you doing over there? Cause, baby. Hi, Cause. Sugarbird. Yeah. Too much light behind you to really get you here. There's the sugarbird. Can you tell? With cockatoos, usually you can tell by the eyes. Females have light colored eyes. Males have dark eyes. But the best way is to go ahead and pay the $40 and get the DNA test. Some of them here didn't have the DNA test because they got here, and before I could get that done, they laid an egg. So it happens once in a while. Then you know. The DNA test is cheap, and it's important to know what sex they are. Right, Bob? Snowball, you snuck your way over to Lorelei. No, get away from her. Go on. No, no. Snowball, get out of there. No. Go on, get up here. Go on, get up there. Yeah, there's always something. Snowball's always going after Lorelei. Sal, what are you doing? You guys. Pip, Pip, Pip. Hey, Pip. You know, Salamander just had a physical, but, you know, he's got that really bad. He's got a pelvis that's twisted on the right side 90 degrees, so he's got a limited lifespan, that big boy, don't you, boy? He's breathing a little hard today, too. What you doing, Pip? You okay over there, Sal? He just had a physical, so. It depends. You know, they all choose what they're going to do. Peaches was on me quite a bit this morning, weren't you? Yeah, well, with the change of weather, I've seen a decrease in sexual activity, so that's a good thing. But the peach? Yeah, that's the peach. Hi, Peach. Hi, Peach. Hi, Peach. Yeah, hi, Peach. Hi, Peach. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Peach. Coco, are you lining up for preening or what? Oh, come over here. I'll preen you. Coco, I'll preen you. No, no, not down the wing. Come here. Lorelei. Oops, fingers in the wrong spot there. There you go, Lorelei. She was looking for some preening. Not yourself. Preen the Coco, Lorelei. Coco, tell her. Let her know. There you go. Let her know. Tell her. Lorelei, preen the Coco. The Coco, right there. Hi, Pip. Thank you. It's just a sea of feathers there, you know? Oh, Bob's got a cinnamon stick again. Yep. Yeah, they are. Even Dr. Cecil Jekyll. You're a good-looking bird, aren't you, Cecil Jekyll? Cecil Jekyll. When he has a toy, he's Mr. Cecil Hyde. Totally different personalities, with and without toys. Sure, cinnamon sticks are fine. Bob doesn't like to preen without them. They didn't give him any toys for a long time when he was in a rescue, so he'll put poop. He'll take dried poop and do that if you don't give him cinnamon sticks. Everybody we got from that one place, I had to break them of playing with their own poop because they didn't have any toys. They had to find something to play with. Yeah, he's pretty happy when he's out here, aren't you, Bob? Hey, don't yank on my glasses. Let go. Stop that. No. I'm not letting you down here. You went after Lorelei again. Nope. I don't have any wings there, April. No wings. Angels are in my lap. Yeah, he is. He does the cinnamon stick thing. I've seen him do as many as 4. Like, one sitting on his neck, one on each wing, one bouncing on the tail section. He's an amazing guy, aren't you, Bob? Did I say the Bob name? I did. Yeah. Can I put my foot there, Bob? Is that okay? It's kind of going to sleep. Thank you. Now the shoe's coming off. Oh, Coco. Oh, okay, you found her. All right. Yeah, give wing hugs to all your babies there, April. No, they didn't always get along. That's why I took that high-powered course with Dr. Susan Friedman, the LLA course, which it's learning and living with animals. It's all about using applied behavior analysis to work with parrots. So, yeah, we do. We kind of let that slide. We had things going on, so. Take care of your babies, April. What you doing there, little one? Hey, it's my neck. What are you guys doing? You trying to sneak down again, Snowball? Hey, let's not eat the shoe. How what? I saw a how, but The way that YouTube shows me the messages is one at a time and about 10 seconds, and they fade away. There's no way to go back. At least not that I know of. Yeah, the worst commenting system in the world, but still, it's a good platform for almost everything else. How many birds did I have when I took the course? 2. I took the course, I took the course the year I founded the sanctuary, so it took a little while to build up and start bringing them in. You're not going to go after her. That's not happening. Go on, get over there. Lorelei. The one that he keeps trying to get to. Right, Lorelei? Just a dad protecting his daughter, right? Yeah. You're not going to eat my shoe, Cecil. We're about to see Cecil hide. I think Cecil's going to get a toy. Then everybody will run away in fear. Yep. It's Cecil Hyde. Cecil Jekyll is gone. Now we have Cecil Hyde. Mr. Cecil Hyde, what are you going to do? Who are you going to beat up on? Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Aren't you, Lorelei? Snowball, you're persistent. I'll give you that. Mr. Cecil Hyde. Cecil Hyde, oh Cecil Hyde. I get those things wholesale. They go for $4 in the store. Once he picks it up, he usually tears it apart within. If he's on tearing it apart, he'll have it apart in less than a minute. Just chew right through it and take it apart. But sometimes he'll play with it for a while first. He can be. He's pretty strong-willed. When he first came here, though, he looked like a cockatoo doll with bead eyes. I mean, there was nothing about him that looked like an animated living creature. He certainly is animated now, aren't you? Aren't you, Cecil Hyde? Lorelei, quit trying to tear the threads out of my clothing. It's not appreciated. Hi, Bob. Well, come on, Bob. Well, come on over here. Come on, Bob. Come on. Come on up. Come on, Bob. You gonna ignore me? Well, come on. It's a Babaloo. It's a Babaloo. Hi, Babaloo. Yeah, of course, he has a prolapse, so, I mean, they sewed him up. He's on his 3rd set of stitches now. He had 1 stitch first, the first 2 times. Now he's got 2 stitches. That seems to be holding. We might be able to get that done 1 or 2 more times. And then after that, he's going to have the major operation. Costs about $1,000. Basically, they're going to take his insides and sew them up to his ribs. Yeah, these guys like cardboard. Although Cecil is more into eating 2x4s. He eats wood toys that I make for him, but if you throw a part of a 2x4 in there, he just chews it up till there's nothing left. Where Roman turns them into totem poles. What was that all about, Bob? Since Bob had his prolapse, he's started a little feather destructive behavior, and he does not handle the Haldol well. feather destructive behavior is fatal in the long run. Almost every bird will die of infection or blood loss. But he's got a short lifespan ahead, so I'm going to leave him off the medicine, at least for a while. So, yeah, I took him off the medicine, Linda. He has a real problem with it. Not many do, but there's another one I'm looking into for him, but that I just found out about. So Dr. Ritchie's working with it. So we're going to... Hey! Cecil Hyde. Leave her alone, Cecil Hyde. Don't mess with the sugar bird. Leave my pants alone, Lorelei. You've broken more zippers than I can count. It's not funny, Bob. Hey! 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 Cecil! Quit bugging her. Quit bugging her. Come here. Come on. Come on down. Come here. Well, come on. Don't just look at my hand, you big toad. Come on. Step up. Well, then don't complain. Ow! Right in my ear. Ouch. Bob. What did you see? You saw something out there. It's probably a rabbit. Now I'm going to be deaf for a while. That was good. Nice, smooth move, X-Lax. Cecil, be nice. Yeah, Cecil Hyde's not nice. Well, they only bite because we teach them to, so... Bob deafened me. But he saw something moving in the brush, probably a rabbit. So he blew my eardrums out, right in my ear channel, too. Oh well, I don't suppose I really need to hear. What are you doing back there? Huh? What you doing, Lorelei? You're gonna leave her alone. You're gonna leave her alone. No. Oh, I'm gonna get the squirt gun out. No. Well, I can reach you, so I don't need the squirt gun. Come here, get away from him, Lorelei. Bob. Bob screamed in my ear. Who deafened you? I've already said it twice. I'm not the only deaf person in the room. What are you doing over there? Yeah, I don't discipline anywhere other than in the aviary, and that's just because I have birds on me and I can't get up to break up things. I don't like using positive punishment, so I avoid it wherever possible. But out here, I will use it to stop them from mating behavior. Excuse me, you two? Lorelei? Lorelei? Usually I just have to show it to her. She doesn't like to get wet. Now, Bob said, hi, Bob. That's because he likes to get wet. And Snowball doesn't care one way or another, but if you get him wet, he'll stop chasing after her. Coco, where are you going, Coco Bird? What are you doing? Yeah, be careful with the positive punishment. It can be a real problem, so. Well, their wings shouldn't be clipped, and it sounds like you're doing the right thing. Perches all over, that's good. So you're not a bad mom. Not really. There doesn't have to be any discipline. Are you kidding? All you have to do is teach them to make the right choices. That's what applied behavior analysis is all about. I'd like to see you discipline a panda. Or how about this? Discipline a polar bear. I'd see how that works out for you. The best way to work with these guys is to learn about them, understand how they live in the wild. Well, you know, it's a complex question. How do you stop your bird from biting? It was humans that got them to do that. I would say your best bet is to learn all you can. Buy the manual of parrot behavior and study it. Go out to behaviorworks.org and study all the free material that Dr. Friedman has there. And take some classes in training, because if you take classes from Dr. Friedman or Barbara Heidenreich or somebody like that, Friedman preferably, you know, Steve Martin at Natural Encounters, someone like that, who's going to teach you the basics of applied behavior analysis, you can stop biting. But you know, you have to develop some cognitive skills. We tend to label things. People will say, that's a mean bird. I hear that all the time. And I just look at them and say, there is no such thing. In the wild, they never act that way. So why would they act that way in captivity? Because of what we do. If one of these birds acts in a way that I don't find particularly pleasing, it's an issue of helping the bird make the right choices. So, I mean, I could make pretty much anybody. I could come after you with a stick and make you do what I want, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be really happy with me and that you're going to want to listen to me much. If every time I walk by your desk at where you're working and slap you with a stick and say, get on it, you'll probably pretend to work, but you're not going to do as much, so. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, Stephanie. They all have their moods. Speaking of moods, there's Coco with a mood. I'm sorry, Bob. I moved my arm and he slipped. It's okay. I'm right here. What are you doing, Coco? Wake up down there. Yeah, it all comes down to understanding. If you go to David, I think your name is David, with the biting issue, there's a nice article on Natural Encounters. Look under parrot enrichment on the Natural Encounters website, and also at behaviorworks.org. There are some articles. I'm trying to think of the name of the article. How not to break your bird is one of them. The ABCs of parrot behavior is another good one. We tend to think that we can do anything, but these guys are so different than us. I mean, obviously you guys wouldn't get into a cage with a lion, right? All right. You know that you wouldn't be able to handle that, and you don't really know enough about how lions behave, but people tend to think that they can just hang around birds for a while and understand them. I knew I was out of my depth, so I got training. Yeah, and I'm still constantly learning whatever I can, so any free moments I spend learning. Some of that's in the videos that we do, the cockatoo videos. When I'm researching to do a video, I look at new information and go over the old stuff. And I just heard about a different drug that may work for Bob as far as his feather destructive behavior, but yeah, biting and screaming, those are behaviors birds do because of humans. It's not a behavior they do naturally. They don't do it in the wild. You won't find some bird just sitting in one spot screaming for an hour. But I could make a human do that, I suppose, if I put them in a cage like a jail cell and gave them food they didn't like and treated them improperly. I could probably get them to scream. You mean Lorelei and Cecil? Is that who you're talking about? They're not preening now, but yeah, they preen quite a bit. There's nobody in front of me preening. But you're probably talking about Cecil and Lorelei. That's Cecil Jekyll right now, so. All feather destructive behavior goes back to the fact that they're raised by humans. They never get to be around their parents. Their eggs are stolen away. Kind of like somebody, if a woman gets pregnant and you took the zygote out and put it in an incubator, and then when it finally was ready to be born, of course birds get hatched, not born, but if it was ready to be born, you handed it off to a chimpanzee to raise it. That's pretty much what we are doing with these guys. What cued the behavior, and there's always something that comes along that'll start to open up that natural tendency towards feather destructive behavior. That's, I shouldn't say natural, that tendency because of the way they missteps in their development was his prolapse, and the changes that came because of the prolapse, having to strain to go to the bathroom, not being clean. These guys they're fastidiously clean, so that went away from him. He didn't have that anymore, so a lot of things, but yeah, a lot of things can cue it. People take off for a vacation, they're gone a week, they come back and their bird's naked. That happens quite frequently. Doesn't happen in the wild though, so we know it's because of what humans are doing to them. If we could just get these breeders to stop being so interested in making money and instead producing birds that were normal, they would let they put them in large aviaries, bigger than this one, we hope, and then let the birds raise their own young and handle them by humans like 20 minutes a day. That's proven that works. It was a study done up in Northern California at a university. Hello? That's improper. Don't do it. That's a big question. I had a place lined up and then they closed down, so now I'm trying to look for somebody that'll take birds that all have to have medicine. And there's 2 birds here that aren't getting medicine now, so twice a day they got to get medicine, so. Nothing is permanent in this world. I had a nice place all set for them, and then they couldn't get, when they tried to shut down, they tried to get somebody else to take it over, and nobody wanted to do the work. I mean, it's an 18-hour job, 18 hours a day, 365 days a year, so finding people dedicated to do that kind of thing is rather difficult. Most people just want to sit in front of the television set after they work for 8 hours and eat popcorn and drink beer, so. I'm not saying I was perfect. I sure wasn't. I didn't find my vocation until I was 50, so. Yeah, they're in my will, but there's no place to go right now. I mean, there's money for them and stuff, but there's no place for them to go. So, hi, Bob. You think you have things set, and then it all falls apart, right? Hey, Bob. And most people who said, well, I'll take one or whatever, they don't know enough about these birds to shouldn't even have a bird. The truth is, if you can't walk into an aviary like this and make an agreement with all these birds so that they'll be nice to you, then you probably shouldn't have one bird. We just need to train more people, don't we, Snowball? I see you up there trying to sneak your way down. Bob is preening her. You can back off. You can back off, Frisbee player. I think the key is not to let not to let these bird stores sell to just anybody. That's great, Stephanie. I think the way to do it is like they do for birds of prey. With birds of prey, you have to get a license. You have to learn about the physiology and the psychology, the behaviors in the wild of the raptors that you're going to be working with. So you have to know that. You have to take a test. You have to prove that you have the ability to train. You have to be able to show that you have the right cage situation. You have to show that you can work with these birds. That's how they do it with raptors. But in this country, any bozo, any person who goes, I just want something pretty to put in a cage, they can go out and buy one. Back when we used to rehome these guys, the majority of phone calls were from people, and after I talked to them for a while, I knew that the only reason they called us is they were trying to get a bird for less money. Well, that's a nice thing to do. Just trying to find some way to get a bird cheap. If that's what you are, if that's the kind of person you are, you're going to be really unhappy, because once you find out what you've got, and you've got it screaming, and and you can't even put your hand in the cage, or you can't get them back into the cage. That's why we need, you need to take some classes. It's just too bad there aren't a lot of them, but I know Barbara Heidenreich has classes, and the best class of all is with Dr. Friedman. She gives that once a year, usually in the fall. Worth every penny. Well, Stephanie, if you saw some of the pictures of these birds when I got them, like Sugar, she didn't have many feathers on her, and she was a mutilator. You'd never know it. She's such a beautiful bird. Aren't you, Sugar? Are you a pretty girl? You can ignore me? Sugar bird? You can ignore me? Hi, Sugar. Hi, Sugar. Hi, baby. Yeah, she was a mess. Bob wasn't physically a mess. He's got feather destructive now, but he was emotionally a mess. Chloe had terrible feather destructive behavior, and we have records going back to 1999 that she had that. I got her in 2007. Pippa up there, she's beautiful too, but she was all torn up when she got here. It only took about 6 months to bring her back. This one, it took 2.5 years, but Kaz used to be a plucker, didn't you, Kaz? Hi, baby. Hi, girl. You got a tail in your face? Hey, you're making her a tail face. Having a good time, Bob? What's up, little tail face? What's up, Kaz? Aw, little baby. Well, I'm going to let you guys go because I see Kaz wants me to pet her, and Bob's not going to get off my arm, so thanks for watching. Don't forget we got our cockatoo channel out there, and got a couple more episodes in the works for this month. I'm not very far along on them because I've had a lot of things to do, but take care, Stephanie, and stay in touch, huh? Sounds like you're doing a great job. Right, Peach? Say goodbye, everybody. You gonna say goodbye? 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 Oh, I know you want me to pet you. I gotta get down, too. Bye, Cheryl. Yeah, Cecil Jekyll and Lorelei. Pippa? Okay, we're out of here. 1, 2, 3, and press the button.